Oh man, I'm in LDBC. Boy, where do I start in this video? You know, out of all the photographs online that I've seen of Jaron, Ennis, this is probably my favorite one. It's the one that's really most polarizing to me. And I probably want to turn this into like some kind of cartoon art or something like that. Because the photograph really puts him in an iconic stature, sorry. You know, but it ain't been 24 hours, man. This man done knocked Sergey Lipinets smooth out. You know, man want to enjoy his victory. Sure he does. And you have people already talking about, well, you know, what has he done to fight Bud? What has he done to fight Spence? You know, I mean, why should Porter fight him? You know, come on, man. Come on, people. I don't even want anybody on my channel that's going to make those kind of questions to me. I don't. Because, you know, I got to ask the question. And this is the same question I asked when Spence was trying to fight Thurman. What does a fighter that haven't fought anybody have to do to fight somebody that want to fight somebody? What do they have to do? Because I'm tired of hearing that, well, Boots is high risk and low reward. And I told y'all that we were going to start hearing that. I told y'all we were going to start hearing that, and God dog it, yes, we are. We are hearing that. We're definitely starting to hear that now at this time. Boots is a high risk and a low reward fight. And I got to ask y'all, okay, let's think about some of the opponents that Bud, let's think about some of the opponents that Spence done had. I mean, seriously, what did Yuriorkis Gamboa do to actually get a fight with Bud? I mean, let's just be honest. What did he do? Raymondo Beltran, you know, what did he do to get a fight with Bud? What did Ocampos do what did Ocampos do to get a fight with Bud? And y'all can say, well, Ocampo was a mandatory. Come on, man. All these mandatories, man. Look, a mandatory in boxing means diddly squat. It don't mean nothing. Because, you know, your mandatories, those are sometimes never usually your best skillful fighters. How many times have you seen a mandatory go in there and get their ass whooped? Because they shouldn't have been a mandatory in the first place. How many times have you seen a mandatory skip over all the other qualified fighters who were probably should have been a mandatory, and those qualified fighters never become the real mandatories and they never get the fights? How many times have y'all seen that in boxing? I'm not trying to hear that. Because if y'all gonna ask me what did Boots Ennis, what does he have to do? What did he ever do to fight Bud, Spencer, Porter? Okay, what did those guys do? What did those guys do? What did Eric Bonet do to get a fight against Showtime Sean Porter? I mean, he was a what? He was a short-term replacement. He was a replacement fighter. What did he do to get a fight with Sean Porter? See, when y'all ask these questions, you know, y'all need to go ahead and start asking the other questions. What did the other people that fought these guys get a chance? I mean, when did they get this chance to fight them? Boots, I'm glad he calling out these guys, and I'm glad this guy won't smoke. But I can't deal with the people, man. If y'all running over here, and if you gonna try to downplay a fight, if you come on here and downplay a fight, because we want to see the best fight the best, don't come over here. Don't come over here. Don't even leave a comment because you're wasting your time. Okay? If you going to make excuses or make, you know, like, you going to tell me why don't he need to fight Spence, Porter, or Crawford? And even Garcia. You start telling me that nonsense, I'm cutting you off. You won't even get a chance to leave the comment. The comments I need to be reading are who wins a fight. Breakdowns. You can even tell me, I don't think Boots Ennis got enough skill set to deal with Spencer Crawford. You can say that all day. I don't care, because we're talking about the fight. But if you're talking like you don't want to see the fight made, I got nothing to say to you. Guys, it's time in boxing that we start forcing these fights. You see, the thing of it is, and I know people sometimes get tired of me bringing up mixed martial arts. The fans run the matchups in mixed martial arts. And if I'm telling you now, what we do, we show MMA what we think if we can't get matchups. We don't buy the fights. We don't buy the next one. And when an MMA event has low pay-per-view numbers or low turnout, MMA know they get the message. MMA fans don't buy stuff that they don't want to buy. They don't want to see. They don't buy it. See, y'all know all boxing got to do is do the same thing, have the exact same mentality. Do y'all know that? If boxing, the fans come together. See, it's one thing that I will say in MMA. A lot of racist fans over there, but the black fans, the white fans, the Hispanic fans, the Asian fans, we all agree on one thing. If we do not want to see a fight, we do not purchase that fight. And that's the common denominator. It's like all the fans in MMA, when it comes to that topic, I'm not talking about anything else. When it comes to that topic, we're all unified. Because we want to talk junk. We want to talk junk. We want to say my fighter beating your fighter. Like, I've not seen an MMA fighter, an MMA fan yet say that they don't want to see Jones and Ngannou? None. I ain't heard one. Now, they might talk about John Jones being on Pez, but ain't nobody said I don't want to see the fight. Ain't nobody talking about, oh, man, well, well, shoot, man, what has Ngannou done, man? What is that? No. We telling the UFC whatever John Jones won't pay the man so we can see this fight. That's what we telling them. So really, we don't really talk about the money that these guys make. We don't talk about it at all. We don't care what Ngannou. We talking about get this fight done. So as boxing fans, it don't matter. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Russian, it don't matter if everybody have a common denominator. You ain't got to like each other. If everybody have a common denominator, these fights will start getting made like this. We'll start getting fights like this. Okay, we will get all the fights. Hell, these fighters will bring out all the stops because, see, when these fighters are getting 6 and 7 figure paydays, and those paydays go down to five figure paydays and low 6 figure, see, then you know what they'll do? They'll start making these fights happen. See, it's so simple as a boxing fan to get the Boots Ennis, Errol Spence, the Boots Ennis versus Crawford, the Boots Ennis versus Porter, the Boots Ennis versus Garcia. It's so simple. It's so simple to get those fights. But see, boxing fans don't do that. What boxing fans do is that they like a fighter, so they just co-sign whatever a fighter wants. Instead of, saying, hey, you need to step up and take this fight. This is what boxing fans do. And I noticed that it happens with every time we start talking about a big fight. People start, like it's videos out there now with people getting on Jaron Ennis. No, you're supposed to say, okay, if Ennis wants that work from Spence, give it to him. Give it to him. He's not a prospect anymore. Now, in MMA, I'm really big on prospects trying to fight the champion. I appreciate the heart and desire that a prospect have, but a prospect isn't ready for the champion. Now, we're not going to be stupid on that end, okay? Because as boxing fans, we want to see a competitive matchup. And in MMA fans, we want to see a competitive matchup. So if Boots Ennis was a prospect with 10 fights or 8 fights, no, I wouldn't be saying, hey, let's fight Spencer Crawford or Porter. Let's say that. I wouldn't say that. It wouldn't even come out of my mouth because the matchup wouldn't be competitive if the man is only a prospect. But in our minds as boxing fans and in my mind as a boxing fan, I believe that this fight is going to be competitive. I believe the fight is going to be hella competitive. That's the reason. But it's boxing fans are already talking about, well, man, he think he is. Well, he is. He believes it. He's no longer a prospect. He beat Lipinets. Lipinets is a tough guy. Lipinets fought Mikey Garcia. He went the distance with Mikey Garcia. So what this means? It means that okay. He took a test against a durable opponent and beat him. Knocked him out. What now? What we got to say now, y'all? Nah, man, no. If you got any videos out there, and I'm telling you now, I can't rock with you if you got videos downplaying Boots Ennis. Any videos, and your videos need to be, hey, my fighter finna beat this fighter because. If you got videos saying, man, Boots Ennis stupid, he crazy, thinking he can beat Spence, man, no, man. I don't rock with you. I don't rock with you. I can't. There's nothing we gotta talk about in the sport of boxing. Okay, I'm tired of you crazy dudes. I'm tired of you idiot ass dudes running around here. Y'all want people to love your fighter like you love him. No, I want to see my fighter and any fighter versus anybody get in that ring. Give this young brother your support. Give him your support. This guy wants all the smoke, and you know what? I support that.